I was in Thailand a couple of years ago smoking the bit of jungle bush, but even that got too much for me. I nearly died stoned. Do you ever see me in Thailand where I'm swimming? I get caught out in the riptide. I was stoned. Oh, fuck it, man. That was so stupid, man. I was hungover, stoned. But when I got up hungover, I was so hungover that I said I'll work out. And I did a massive workout, all arms. I was so tired. Then went and smoked dope. And I smoked too much dope. And I said, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I said, guess what I'll do? I'll go down to the sea. Now, let me tell you, my hotel is like 200 meters to the beach. And when I do swim it normally, when it's calm, I'm not stoned, I'm not tired, it is hard to get in. Every time I did it about 10 times, it was hard to get to the wave. And I goes down, hungover, tired, stoned, and it was a fucking stormy day. A stormy day. Louis, Canadian Louis, was in his room. He was stoned. I walked down, and Canadian Louis said he was gambling. He was doing the NFL or some shit. He was gambling and he was smoking a joint. He sees me walk down the hotel. He's watching me, and he sees me walk out and get into the water. And do you know what he said? He goes, Shadow's crazy. Does he not know there's a storm? And then he goes back in. He said, I found this out weeks later. He seen me the day I nearly died. He said to himself, Shadow's crazy. And then went back in and didn't think about it. And I was so stoned and fucked up, I didn't even think about it either. And I'm swimming and it's fucking waves. I have my Crocs on and I'm swimming and then I'm halfway, right? And I was like, I'm not going anywhere. And then I realised, I'm going to die. This is how I die, I says to myself. I'm after doing I realised what I'm after doing. I said, this is how people, they don't think. I was so far from the beach and I'm about 50 metres to rocks. I Crocs on, I thought, kick my Crocs off because they're weighing me down, I thought. I can't breathe, I'm having a panic attack. And I just like, I'm going to die. I seen what the world was. I was like, this is how people that go on holidays die. This is it. You fucking need your Shadow. You're dead. So I can't breathe and I look and I'm stuck in a riptide. So there's rocks and like a cliff and there's a path up in the cliff. So I said, I have to get to these rocks. And I'm about 20 meters away and I'd just given up. I'd given up. I was like, nobody takes me serious because I didn't die. You have to die before people say, oh yeah, he was pretty serious. So I'm about 20 meters away, right? I don't believe in God or any of that bullshit. He's in my heart. Like, I should start praying more. But I'm 20 meters away and I'm like, that's it. It's done. This video, by the way, is on my YouTube if you want to see it. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I died. And whatever happened. Now, I'd like to say it was God, but anybody with intelligence would know that just a big fucking wave came. It was a stormy day. A big wave came and just carried me 20 meters onto this rock. I clenched onto the rock. I'm on the rock and there's just waves coming in, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not even saved yet because the rock was spiky. All my hands are getting, there was shells on it. I was getting cut to bits, and the power. I had my leg clamped in a rock, and I was holding on. Go check the video, and I'm just getting smashed. I'm talking like the power of these waves. Just and I'm holding on for dear life. And there's a little walkway and a lot of Asian people, and I'm just like, help! Help! And then you have about 4 or 5 of them are recording me on their phones. And apparently somebody rang the lifeguards, took about 5-10 minutes, and this little Asia comes out, a little skinny fucker on a surfboard. But by the way, but just as he got there, my energy went and I let go, and a wave crashed me. I got cut up, my back got ripped open by the shells, and boom, and I'm not saved now by no stretch of any imagination. I'm just swimming over, and he's trying to pull me onto this surfboard. A fucking surfboard. Why didn't you bring out a fucking lifeboat, man? He somehow gets me on. It goes up. I cry on the beach. I'm hugging tourists, and I can't believe that I'm after surviving. I'm all emotional. I goes home. I do a video, but as I said, if you don't die, nobody gives a fuck. I thought people should know I nearly died. Nobody gave a fuck. Even my man, dad, like I rang home, and my dad was like, "Oh, you should be more careful then." Nobody understood the magnitude. Somebody recorded me. They did a TikTok video. It did like 5 million views. I did it. I went back and I had not a lot of money. I went back. I gave them 10,000 baht. Have that on video as well. 10,000 baht is probably about £250. Where am I going with this? That was the closest I've ever come to dying, except for the time when I was a kid. We were playing hide and go seek in the house, and I told my mate to lock me in this oxygen proof, airproof suitcase. An airtight suitcase with a code. And when he locked it, he turned the code. I got locked in an airtight suitcase, right? And I'm big enough. I wasn't a complete kid. I was a pudgy fucker. And I'm like, I can't get out. And that's the first time I ever had a panic attack, I think. I'm screaming, let me out, let me out, let me out. And they can't get it open. So they run out on the road, and my older brother's out there, and they all come in and they think it's hilarious. I have no oxygen. I can't breathe. And do you know what they do? They fuck me down the stairs in the suitcase, thinking I'm gone. I'm going to die. And they can hear me crying and screaming. Like, kids, honestly, God, kids, cop on, like, whatever happens. Then my brother has a knife and he's trying to cut open the lock, and he's stabbing me with the knife while he's trying to open the fucking lock. I got stabbed. I got stabbed. Whatever way they broke open one of the locks, I was just like, please get me out. They break it open and I come out, and I shit you not, I was wearing like a t-shirt and whatever it was. I had an inch of sweat on me and on my hair, which was wet. And we had a babysitter. That's what it was. We had a babysitter. Everyone else like, yeah, we got out. And they just went out. They didn't realize how serious it was. And I lay there like this. And babysitter, she knew, because she was meant to be in charge. Only me and her knew how fucking serious it was. The rest of them all thought it was great crack, fucking me down the stairs. Me and her looked at each other eye to eye. And I'm crying like, I nearly died. And she's just looking at me like, just looking, because it was her responsibility. That was the closest I nearly died. But the swimming was the closest. The fucking suitcase was second.